What kind of gun was it?
What kind of a gun is it?
A pistol.
Right, yeah.
A Luger 08.
It must have been shot.
Antique.
Manufactured 1,000,000 times during and after the First World War. Austrian model. The owner is David Kreutzer, the violinist. We found him tonight totally drunk on the bow of the ship. He confirmed that it's his gun, but he claims that it was stolen from him.
Fingerprints?
Nothing. But it's worth mentioning that the clip was missing 2 bullets.
And it's definitely the murder weapon.
The ballistic tests are incomplete. Actually, I've been waiting far too long for the bullet recovered from the corpse. Pay the good doctor a visit, Zellner, and see that he does his job.
So one shot to record, one shot to kill. Seems to be the idea, unless that's why Gebhardt is stalling. Is the fact that there isn't a bullet for him to find in the body. But Kreutzer's gun. Maybe Gebhardt was trying to drug him so he could take the gun. But at that point, he must have already had the gun, because if he made the shot while we were just coming back to in the cargo hold, that means by that point he would have already taken Kreutzer's gun. He was already... No. I was just thinking, but Gebhardt was on the train early, but I'm sure Kreutzer would have taken his violin case with him, which contained his gun, so it wouldn't have been there. I don't know. Maybe he just left... I don't know. The violinist.
Do you believe the violinist?
He'll be the first person I question. He claims he can't remember anything from the last few hours. Says he drank a bottle of schnapps.
He was on the train, and he doesn't have an alibi. His drunkenness could be a smokescreen.
He fits the profile. He travels a lot, has access to high society. Could be interesting.
Do you think the Raven could be this jewel thief?
Do you really think that the Raven is behind all this?
He wrote the letter that was on the safe in the train. Without the letter, we wouldn't have opened the safe and the bomb wouldn't have exploded.
But it doesn't seem like him, does it? The Raven was famous in part because he never hurt anyone, much less killed anyone, during a burglary.
It's his handwriting, and he called me Nico. No one else does that. I chased that man across Europe for years. It is him. It has to be him.
But the evidence...
Enough.
You're obsessed. The safe.
Are you sure that there's no bomb inside this time?
Professor Lucien locked it in front of an audience, and it will be opened for the first time in Cairo.
Let's hope so.
It would take hours to crack it, and you'd need heavy machinery.
Or the keys.
Or the 3 keys, that's right.
I'll be on my way. I want to find out who gave me the drugged champagne.
Good idea. And get the bullet from Dr. Gebhardt.
Of course. Inspector Legrand, are you okay? Maybe you should take a break.
I can sleep once I've caught the Raven. Goodbye, Constable.
Be seeing you.
Yes, I think he's a little obsessed with the whole thing, isn't he? Oh, is something interesting going to happen, or are we just closing a door?
Legrand is risking not just his career, but his health as well on his hunt for the Raven. He's working like a demon. Maybe that's why he caught the Raven and no one else.
Right, so... maybe we can try and get this bullet. What did we just get? Got more scribblies. Yeah, gunshot in the cargo hold. The murder of Baroness von Trebitz. The Baroness was murdered while Legrand, Constable Oliver, and Dr. Gebhardt was searching for the shadow that the constable spotted. We heard the shot, and moments later we were at the Baroness's cabin. The door was locked from the inside, and the Baroness was dead. She was lying on her... and the Baroness was dead. She was lying on her bed in a pool of blood. Dr. Gebhardt pronounced her dead, but couldn't say anything further about the circumstances. Was the Baroness drugged before she was murdered? She was quite unsteady and seemed very drowsy when we met her on the stairs. She was worse than Captain de Conti. Unconsciousness. I fell unconscious last night when I left the saloon with the others. I wasn't feeling all that well, and it only got worse from there. I finally collapsed on the side deck just as the fire alarm went off. There was a tranquilizer in the champagne that I drank last night in the saloon. That explains the drowsiness and the unconsciousness. Was Baroness von Trebitz also drugged? She was unsteady on her feet when we ran into each other outside her cabin. We'll go and talk to de Conti, who will probably point us to Gebhardt, and then we'll talk to him about the bullet and the champagne. Or at least that's me plan. Captain de Conti.
Captain de Conti is sitting at the bar again. He gave me the glass of champagne last night. Hello, Captain de Conti.
Hey, Constable Zellner. You're back on your feet again. Glad to see it.
What happened last night?
What was your experience of last night?
Oh, terrible. Dinner was fantastic. Everyone was excited about having a pleasant drink under the stars. And then this.
You were in the saloon all night long.
As the captain, I have to care for my passengers. After you and the others rushed out, I tried to maintain a festive atmosphere. But when the alarm goes off, I lose the battle.
The Baroness.
How was the Baroness?
She really surprised me. After she was so unapproachable at the reception and didn't show her face for the entire afternoon, I was afraid she was one of the bores and bourgeoisie. But then she arrived in the early evening in the best of moods. Already had a few, if you know what I mean.
Did she say anything to you?
She asked me where Legrand's cabin was. I told her, then invited her to come for drinks in the evening. I said it would be great fun. The whole ship will be there, and you don't want to miss that, I told her.
And then?
She seemed to like the idea. She smiled, and then left again for a few minutes. Then she came back and seemed very happy. We drank a toast to life.
So she knew something that she was going to tell Legrand. Or did tell Legrand. The Baroness.
But at some point she didn't feel well anymore?
She overdid it a bit. She suddenly started to swoon and almost spilled her drink. I asked her if she wanted to rest for a moment in her cabin. At first, she didn't want to. She definitely wanted to stay in the saloon. But then she realized that she really did need to lie down. We left together. You know the rest of the story.
The alarm.
Is it possible to find out where the alarm was set off?
I'm afraid not. There are alarms all over the ship.
I saw that they're sealed. Can't we just check whether the seal is broken?
I'm afraid they're gonna be missing on a lot of alarms. You know, this is an old ship, and over the years...
So, you're saying that the alarms haven't been regularly maintained?
I'll inform the crew immediately, of course.
Of course.
The poisoned champagne. Let's just come out of it.
Did everyone drink from the same bottle of champagne last night?
There was more than one bottle, if that's what you mean. There were quite a few guests, and the event lasted several hours.
The last bottle of champagne, the one the Baroness drank from, did anyone else drink from it?
Certainly.
We have reason to believe that the champagne was drugged.
Incredible. But wouldn't that have made everyone drowsy?
Not if it was only the Baroness's glass that was drugged.
I see. That's possible. On a night like that, many glasses are filled and emptied. There are several stewards, many guests. No one keeps track of every glass and every bottle.
A few drops in a glass?
Yes, it's certainly possible.
What about my glass?
The glass you handed me last night, where did you get it?
Ah, I understand. You think your glass was poisoned as well?
Did you pour it yourself?
No. I saw that you weren't doing so well and wanted to rescue the situation. I took the first available glass and I give it to you.
Was it on the table?
No, I hurry over to you, together with Dr. Gebhardt, who, of course, he had the glass in his hand. He was looking around for a place to set it down, so that he could examine you.
Yes.
I took it from him.
And gave it to me.
I'd like to apologize for that, but you look so worse for the wear, and I just wanted to comfort you. I didn't think of looking for a new glass for you.
So the doctor had the drugged glass in his hand.
Right. Passenger. Right, yes, passengers.
What can you tell me about the passengers?
Oh, not that much, I'm afraid. I wanted to get to know them properly at the reception. In most cases, I just shook hands with them as they boarded the ship. There are a few regulars on board, and after dinner, I had a conversation with Mr. Kreutzer, a talented violinist, and Lady Westmacott. But you already know them from the train.
It seems like there aren't that many passengers on board.
These bloody airplanes are making our lives miserable. Can you imagine? Grown men prefer to jam themselves into a narrow metal coffins instead of enjoying the fresh sea air on a ship.
It's all about saving time.
It shouldn't be about how much time it takes to get from A to B, but about how you spend that time. What you experience on the journey, that's what it's about.
I'll get back to my investigations now.
Ciao, Constable.
Yes. Should we talk to Lady Westmacott? Should we just go and talk to... We're going to talk to Gebhardt now. Continue our investigations. Maybe we'll ask Lady Westmacott something later. Can we just... I just want to go down. Oh dear. I think we're stuck in here. Just want to... Okay, is there a way out? You can go... you can go to the aft deck. Then we should be able to go round. So on the deck chair. Why? It's a deck chair. One's already been claimed. Less.
I'd really like to lie in the sun and take a nap, but I don't have time for that at the moment.
Round the side. Oh, this is the gangway, is it? Yeah.
Curious. One can easily toss a gun into the sea from almost anywhere on the ship without being noticed. And yet, the murderer chose the one spot where it's not actually possible.
Maybe... So I don't think Kreutzer would do that. Maybe it's someone who's... yeah, I'm kind of going Gebhardt stole the gun, used it, threw it over there to frame Kreutzer. Let's go and talk to Gebhardt. Try and get this gun. Bullet, that's the one.
Come in.
Okay. Whoa, that was loud.
Hello, Dr. Gebhardt.
And there's the next one.
Excuse me?
You want something else from me, don't you?
I'm afraid I do.
What a first day at work. Well?
The knockout stuff.
I am told that I was drugged.
That's how it seems.
What can you tell me about it?
Me? Why should that be my business?
Haven't you analyzed the glass?
No, I haven't. The inspector said he's the better chemist. I let him do it. That way I could at least concentrate on the body.
Was the Baroness drugged?
Do you think the Baroness might have been drugged? She was very tired and unsteady when Legrand and I saw her.
Yeah, I heard about that. I must have just missed her in the saloon. And without having seen her myself, it is hard to make a diagnosis.
Of course. Can you say something about her general health?
She was quite overweight, and the butler said that she suffered from diabetes. Despite that, she hadn't visited a doctor for several years.
Doesn't sound good.
Happens more frequently than you might suppose. Some people are scared of doctors and pay with an early death. It is possible that the Baroness wouldn't have lived much longer anyway.
Have you analysed the body?
What's the result of your examination of the victim?
She's dead.
I didn't make you work all night long, Dr. Gebhardt.
She was shot. Point-blank shot. Probably with a pistol. It seems like she was lying in bed. The shot struck her heart. She died immediately.
One shot?
More were unnecessary. And we only heard one shot, no?
And there's just one entrance wound.
Just one.
Have you got the bullet?
Have you already removed the bullet?
Did Legrand send you? What is that Frenchman's problem? I already told you. I will get in touch as soon as I have it. That is also what I told the constable, who he kept sending all night long, once I finally got rid of Legrand himself.
Did he look over your shoulder?
He probably wanted to take the scalpel from my hand and hack away himself. But this is my surgery, and I will not let amateurs interfere with my work.
That's understandable. How much longer will it take?
I have just finished. Send my regards to His Majesty.
Thanks. I think that's it for now.
No. That is it for now, then, and later. I'm going to lie down for a few hours. Can you tell that to your boss?
But... Could I at least have the key?
Absolutely not.
But if we have to examine the victim again...
Then the esteemed inspector knows where to find me. In my cabin. In bed. Good night, Constable Zellner.
Good morning. Alright. I still find that a little suspicious. The teaser. Ooh, we could have examined the window.
We're lucky that the Lydia has a well-stocked medical center at its disposal. I suppose it was added during the war. A ship of this size wouldn't normally have a full medical center.
Yes, you did want to get us out rather sharpish. Especially like, kind of like, what did you know about this, about me being drugged? Oh, why would I know anything about it? Bit like Kreutzer with the purse. Right, so, yes. I think, now that we have the bullet...
That's the bullet from the Baroness's corpse. I don't know much about guns. Legrand will be able to tell me more about it.
We're going to take that back to Legrand, but that will be next time. Well, assumably he's going to send us around talking to everyone. Yes, maybe we'll find out some more. Maybe I'm wrong, but I doubt it. So yes, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching.